Queen City News is a proud sponsor of this year's Walk to End Alzheimer's. Every step taken is a step closer to a cure.
Our very own Julian Sidor sat down with the operator of a family-owned business to find out how Alzheimer's has changed his view of that business and of a certain color.
You've probably seen them on the road.
When you're pulled up to the stoplight and you're sitting there thinking in your mind, what's going on here?
The Bradham Comfort Services fleet sporting a new lavender look.
Maybe that one little connection will sort of dial into that person.
The funny thing is, it's a color that owner Pete Bradham didn't really like.
The wife's telling me purple is a great choice. I'm like, yeah, I don't really like purple, but you know, maybe it is the right thing.
The reason why? The meaning is personal because of the impact the disease linked with that color, Alzheimer's, has had on Bradham's family, first robbing his bright-eyed grandfather of his spark.
I remember him just being really secluded. You know, wow, this is kind of sad that, you know, this is kind of where he's landed, where he doesn't talk anymore and things like that.
Then it would set its sights on the man that Pete regarded as his idol, his dad, although the family wouldn't know it at first. Rodney was out visiting a customer in 2014 when a call came in that would change everything.
A gentleman called us and said, hey, I think your father may be sick. You know, exactly, you know, he said he was in the attic. He may have gotten a little too hot. Something's a little off.
Just like that, Rodney stepped away from the business he had helped build with his brother.
After that, he was paralyzed with anxiety and just could not make himself go do it anymore. So it was that quick.
As Pete recalls, his father's anxiety had been on the rise, and in the aftermath of the incident, that's what doctors would start off treating. It wouldn't be until several years later, several doctors and Pete's mother advocating for Rodney, that they would finally get a diagnosis. In a sense, it was a relief, but at the same time, it made the news they feared and dreaded real.
You kind of want to push it out of the way so you can say, okay, yeah, maybe it's, you know, let's don't think about that. So, yeah, you just hope it's not, and unfortunately in this situation it was true. This is my father and my mother. This is Rodney and Shelby.
Nowadays at Bradham Comfort Services, Pete is the head guy.
Of course you can see who the bosses are, they're in red.
While Mom is the boss at home taking care of Rodney.
There's days when we get to see him smile and you can, you know, tell he's really engaging with us, and then there's other days where he's his normal little bit of moody self and doesn't want to talk, and he's just going to leave it at that.
But there are some things that words can't explain, like a connection to a color that Pete just couldn't leave alone.
It was kind of one of those things that maybe I didn't make this decision, someone else made this decision bigger than me.
As he says, one day he was riding down the road thinking about the rebrand when he heard something on the radio that made it all click.
And a commercial comes on and it's like, man, somebody's definitely talking to me, and then it's all in front of me. Don't resist anymore.
So now the color that Pete once didn't like is now the color that Pete can't go without because of what it represents. A fight to end the disease that took his grandfather has impacted his dad and has unfortunately touched too many families. The rebrand, a sign of hope that maybe just by someone, a customer or stranger, seeing the color or the sign, a conversation sparks that will lead to help.
Even if they don't share it verbally, if they see it on something, they see it on our truck, they see it on a brochure, they see it on our shirts, it kind of makes it easier to kind of get that conversation.
Just like it's become easier for Pete to love the color purple.
I've got socks, shorts, underwear. we got it all. So yeah, the color is definitely part of me now.
That was our Julian Sidor reporting there. You can join Queen City News in the fight to end Alzheimer's at 3 upcoming walks in our area. Tomorrow we're going to be in Gastonia at the Rotary Centennial Pavilion. Julian Sidor will be out there to help lead the event. The QR code on your screen will take you to qcnews.com, where you can find all that information. There are 2 more walks coming up if you can't make this weekend, one in Charlotte and one in Hickory. We look forward to seeing you there to honor those impacted by Alzheimer's and to show their families support.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.